Today, News Channel 3 is exposing alleged sex crimes inside the Desert Hot Springs Police Department. We have uncovered a detective's testimony saying that he videotaped an officer molesting a 14-year-old girl. News Channel 3's Nathan Baca joins us live tonight with the latest on his ongoing investigation. Nathan.
During our investigation of the district attorney's office, we've uncovered new details of a sex crime case the DA's office passed on. A Desert Hot Springs detective goes on record to say he videotaped a fellow officer molest a teenage girl. That former officer, Jacques Millian, was never punished. This is Desert Hot Springs Detective Radames Gil. In sworn testimony, Gil describes what he says happened in July of 2003. During a warrant search, a 14-year-old girl told Gil that Desert Hot Springs police officer Jacques Millian wanted to have sex with her. She said Millian was telling her details of future police operations to impress her. The girl's mother, who wishes to remain anonymous, tells us her account.
He told my daughter all about all the raids they were going to be doing, all the places that were going to be hit.
This hotel on Palm and Fifth Avenue was set up with a video camera. In a camper parked in the hotel parking lot, Detective Gil monitored what went on inside as on-duty officer Jacques Millian approached. Officer Millian came into the room. He didn't spot any of the hidden cameras inside. He then gave us information about search warrants when the girl asked. The girl was sitting on a chair. Officer Millian pulled the girl from the chair and French kissed her for 4 to 5 seconds.
He went right up to my daughter and pretty much grabbed a hold of her, forced himself on her, and was telling her how he wanted to make love to her.
The police chief at the time, Roy Hill, also watched the videotape, according to Detective Gil. Shortly afterwards, he signed this deal in which Millian would be allowed to quietly leave the force. In exchange, he had to testify against Sergeant David Gallardo and 3 other officers who allegedly filed a false report when one of them got in a traffic collision at this Desert Hot Springs intersection.
Even if everything that they're accusing us is true, you would not make a deal with the man that's, this is a sexual misconduct with a 14-year-old girl and then other victims, possibly half a dozen other victims out there, and just let him, here's your immunity letter, and just let him walk away. He was allowed to resign and left, and there's not going to be any permanent record or anything.
If the detective's testimony is correct, then why did Roy Hill make any deal with an officer he saw on tape molest a 14-year-old girl? Hill is now in charge of security at Palm Springs Unified School District. Does this deal mean he has the best interest of students in mind? Millian used to live in Calamasa, Murrieta, and Temecula, but was evicted from those homes. He could not be reached for comment. The district attorney's office never filed charges against Millian. They said the tape was poor quality. But 2 years later, court testimony shows that while there was minor interference with the tape, it was of good enough quality for multiple people to make out the molestation. The DA's office then said the family was reluctant to be involved in prosecuting Millian.
That is so not true, because what he did, his acts upon my daughter, it ruined her life.
One former Desert Hot Springs officer is currently in jail for a different set of molestation charges. The question remains, if this leading detective goes on record saying that molestation happened in this hotel, why isn't anybody being charged with that crime? The 14-year-old who is the focus of this investigation is now 18. She did not want to talk on camera and says that she is trying, but finding it difficult to move on. Former Police Chief Roy Hill told us he'd respond to our questions on camera tomorrow evening. Minutes ago, on the advice of his attorney, Roy Hill canceled. We'll stay on top of this investigation, bring you the latest as news develops. Nathan Baca, KESQ News Channel 3, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nathan. And to read Detective Gil's account of the molestation caught on tape, log on to KESQ.com. Click on the News tab on the main page and then click on the banner that reads Inside the DA's Office. You'll also find all of the parts on this exclusive News Channel 3 investigation. Again, just click on the News tab on KESQ.com.